Ghosts in Us contains serious and sometimes disturbing events and is not suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
It had the crying boy painting.
Her imaginary friend as a kid was a demon.
I looked that thing in its eyes and it changed me forever.
I absolutely believe it was like a demonic presence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Ghosts in Us podcast. And right now, I can't see my co-host, Taylor. It's just her name on the screen. Now her oh my fucking God.
It is not Taylor. If people can't tell,
Oh my God, no!
by the way I am looking. This is an episode of Zak Bagans.
Taylor,
Not just him.
all right, Taylor. I ain't gonna lie to you. I gotta switch up what we do for podcast releases now. This is the one that comes out first. We recorded 3 episodes today of this podcast. This is the one that needs to be released first.
If I had more time, I would have put my haunted objects behind me so I'd feel a little more like Zach. But
holy, it still fits. I see death scene behind you, the Ouija board, a skull. Is that a penis or?
No, that's Michael's middle finger.
Oh, is that okay?
Anyways,
I forgot that's what it looked like.
People are just listening. I am sporting a mighty goatee.
Taylor is dressed
glasses.
Exactly like what Zak Bagans looks like today. Because that's today's topic. We're going to talk about his haunted museum.
I can't stop looking at myself.
It's like a train wreck. You can't look away.
All right.
And I'm really glad you picked the hat that says "It's my duty to eat that booty." I don't know why. Is it because it was a black hat and that's all you had?
No, I have other black hats. It's just this one felt more like Zach.
That's all right. We're already in slander. Cool.
So just a heads up, you'll notice as I read off my notes, my skepticism grows stronger and stronger.
Oh, we are gonna get fucking sued.
As I did some of my research of Zak Bagans' objects.
We're talking about his haunted objects specifically.
From his museum.
Okay.
I think some are genuine and truly have something with them, but there's a few that I just think Zach has showed off at his storytelling, and everything is alleged. Allegedly.
Oh my God. You already hit it though with the, oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, keep going.
Do you like that I also have a red light?
You changed it. So it looks exactly like his Deadly Possessions episode. You went all out to the nines.
So if people don't
Should
know
I change
Zak
my
Bagans,
lights to red now too, or?
Yeah, why not?
All right, give me 1 sec. You keep going. I'm just going to change it to red.
All right. So if people don't know, Zak Bagans has a haunted museum in Las Vegas that supposedly has thousands of cursed objects on display. It consists objects of his own collection that he buys from auctions all around the country, and objects that people have given to him with their stories. He has a TV show called, he has a TV show called Deadly Possessions. And on that TV show, he kind of shows that like people show up to his museum just to give him an object, and they tell him something and he just has to like go with it. He has to just be like, all right, I guess this is the story.
I can't keep a straight face.
There are things in this world.
They never fully understand. Understand. Oh my God. You're gonna get
We want
sued.
answers.
You're gonna get fucking sued.
I'm just his brother, Yak Sagans. Yak Sagans here. Anyways, to get to the topic, the first thing I have on my list, like I said in the beginning, this is going from what I believe is really true down to like skepticism. This is fake, all baloney, in my opinion. The first thing I have on my list, though, is the Devil's Rocking Chair, which is from Ed and Lorraine's notorious The Devil Made Me Do It case that inspired The Conjuring 3. This is the actual demonic throne the beast claimed as its own, supposedly, allegedly. Two of the Glitzel family members were possessed by a demonic force that inflicted murder upon the family. The story leads back to the chair, which is believed to be the cursed object responsible for these tragic events. Any particularly strange activity went unnoticed for the first 30 years that the family owned the chair. David Gletzel, who was 11 years old at the time, was the first to become possessed by this evil spirit. It was a summer night in 1980 when David awoke in a terror and was screaming the house down. He told his family that he had seen a ghostly figure during the night. He described what he had witnessed to be a man who was part animal with horns and hooves and a thin, gaunt face with spiky teeth. If it was any other child, you may overlook this claim as just a bad dream. However, David was an honest child. He was terrified of anything slightly spooky, and he was clearly traumatized by what he had witnessed. David was not the same after this night. He became entirely socially withdrawn and disconnected from the real world. His sister Debbie was particularly concerned for his well-being and kept a close eye on her brother. As the night went on, David had reoccurring dreams of that scary man. The Glitzel family had no choice but to invite a priest to the house and attempt to banish any evil spirits. This only seemed to aggravate the spirit. David had more frequent visions and began screaming at his family in unrecognizable voices. He also spoke in Old English. They took turns in watching him during the night to keep him under control, also as a health precaution, as he had multiple episodes of seizures. Ed and Lorraine were the next paranormal professionals to visit the Glitzel home. The pair worked with the priest to perform exorcisms on David, often while he sat in that rocking chair. The Warrens have testified to seeing the chair move by itself and even levitate occasionally in plain sight. After many exorcisms, the devil was extracted from David's body and he had control over himself once again. The family felt as though they were finally free of the demonic force, but this feeling did not last very long, unfortunately. The fiance of David's sister, Arn Johnson, began acting very odd and was not himself at all. They came to the conclusion that the demon had entered Johnson's body. He would hiss and have visions just like David once did. Johnson's possession was much more intense and got extremely out of hand. He was so out of control that he resulted in murdering his landlord. He brutally stabbed him repeatedly. His fiancée witnessed the whole thing. Johnson claimed in court that he was not responsible for his actions due to being under demonic possession. The court overlooked his plea and he was sentenced to prison. Johnson served 5 years before being released. As soon as he was free, he married Debbie. Despite the horrific events, the Glitzel family held on to the rocking chair even when they moved houses. The strange activity never completely stopped. Anyone who sat in the chair would suffer the consequences, such as excruciating back problems, which would send them to the hospital. The item in the museum has been closed off from the public due to the paranormal troubles it has been causing. It has not been mixing well with any of the other haunted items that Zach owns.
Yeah. Okay. I'm really sorry. I'm still so distracted by your look. Where did you get the glasses? I need to know.
They're just sunglasses that I just destroyed 3 minutes before you sent the link for our Zoom. I wish I could just imitate Zach a little more. If I go like this and just touted as one of the most... No, that doesn't work. How does he talks?
Just stop. Stop, and then we'll be fine.
All right. So I really think the devil's rocking chair could be believable. I mean, we both believe in things being objects having attachments.
I don't believe an object can be possessed. It can have an attachment. Yeah, I think the devil's rocking chair is definitely a higher potential because that case is crazy. Like legitimately, like that case is crazy.
Yeah.
And again, like I said earlier, we recorded 3 episodes. This was going to be the one after all of those 3, but no, this is going to be number 1 now, only because of the effort you put into it. The extra effort you put into it. You put a lot of effort into the other one, but like this is extra effort.
So the next thing on my list is Peggy the doll. I didn't know about Peggy until I heard Zak Bagans having a haunted doll.
Yep.
Like Annabelle, you heard about it through everywhere.
Everybody
Robert the
knows
doll.
Everybody knows Robert.
I've never heard of Peggy until Zak. So, touted as one of the most haunted dolls in the world, Peggy has caused countless nosebleeds, fainting, and even a heart attack. Guests are warned beforehand against looking directly into her eyes when they go through his museum. In April of 2016, Peggy was featured on Deadly Possessions, and there were some unexplainable occurrences during filming, including the sudden onset of intense rage felt by Zak. During interviewing, Zak also had flies landing on his face when discussing Peggy, which he explained had never happened before. And when debating whether or not to reveal Peggy's face, the camera filming her suddenly stopped recording. I actually just watched the whole thing the night that I was looking up this and doing research, and you can see like his demeanor change a little bit. Like he's just like, I don't know. But that could also just be TV drama. During Patty Negri's during Patty Negri. Okay, during Patty Negri's seance, everyone heard the antique typewriter tapping, chairs shook, and candles began burning furiously on demand. 5 psychic mediums on separate occasions stated that there is a male and a female around this doll. The female gives her name as Peggy, and the male never steps forward to communicate, but his energy is felt and is described as dark and nasty. It is believed that he is responsible for the string of negative experiences people continue to report, both privately and publicly across social media. A log of evidence and experiences were kept over a 2-year period, and this includes EVPs, photographs of mysterious shadows and strange light anomalies, unexplainable number of deaths amongst animals, EMF meter readings, fluctuations in direct response to questionings, a string of independent witness testimonies, chairs shaking during group seances, insect infestation when filming, physical scratches, specific messages relayed to individuals through automatic writing, unexplainable smells that appear and disappear quickly, night terrors, disembodied footsteps, extreme changes in temperature, and then continued reports of health concerns following viewing Peggy's image or videos. And he was hesitant to even show her photo show a photo of her. I felt uncomfortable looking up stuff about her when I was doing this research. Right. She's not even like a freaky doll, which Annabelle wasn't a freaky doll either. It's like hearing all of these little things about her just makes you a little more concerned.
Yeah, and I remember watching that episode, and when he says, I'm going to show the photo, and, viewer discretion is advised or whatever for it, I'm just like, okay. And I never got any sense.
I mean, I never got like a sense of like, oh, I'm going to be in danger. Right. I just, knowing all of the things, right. I was just like a little hesitant.
Gotcha.
the next thing on my list, I know he is so like, you are very into this like piece of thing or like piece of experience that Zach had. It is the Demon House.
I'm not okay. I'm not super into it or anything like that. I
You
know
know more than I do.
I watched the film he made about it. There was actually another film made about it too. So I haven't watched that.
That one's really good. So in what was called the most authenticated case of demonic possession in America, this exhibit contains the actual staircase to hell, as well as the dirt and ritual items discovered by police buried within it. The Ammons haunting case is a haunting and demonic possession which occurred in Gary, Indiana in 2011. Latoya Ammons, her mother Rosa Campbell, and her 3 children claimed paranormal activity occurred in the residence. The story was published in 2014 and received national attention. Campbell initially heard footsteps in the basement and doors creaking. Later, she alleged to have witnessed a shadowy figure of a man pacing in the living room and found a boot print. Campbell claimed she was choked by an unknown force. Ammon's 12-year-old daughter had claimed to have levitated above her bed unconscious during a sleepover with a friend. They were to said they have prayed until the girl returned to the bed. The daughter had no memory of the incident. The older son was allegedly thrown across the room by an unknown force, and the younger son allegedly had his eyes rolled into the back of his head and was growling, saying, "It's time to die and I will kill you." The family reached out to their physician on April 19th, 2012. When he visited the house during the supposed hauntings, he noted their behavior was delusional. Someone from his office contacted the police. After the police arrived, the children were taken to the hospital. The older boy was described as acting rationally, while the younger boy screamed and thrashed. In 2012, the Department of Child Services was alerted to the family. The DCS believed that the children were performing for their mother. Sensational stories published in outlets such as the New York Daily News reported that DCS personnel had allegedly witnessed the youngest boy walking up the wall backwards. 37-year-old police captain Charles Austin believed paranormal activity occurred in the house. A photo published by the Indianapolis Star claimed to show a shadowy figure when no one was home. The family hired Reverend Michael Magnot to perform an exorcism. He interviewed the family on April 22nd, 2012, and concluded that they were being tormented by demons. He eventually performed 3 exorcisms, 2 in English and 1 in Latin. One exorcism was performed on Latoya Ammons. The Ammons family moved to Indianapolis in 2012, after which the events were said to have stopped. And I believe that's I don't know when Zach purchased the house, but I know he purchased
2014,
the house.
I believe.
He experienced a lot in it, and he felt it was not safe to have just around, and he got it demolished. Is it something of that?
So. You were right the first time pronouncing their name. It was Ammons.
Woo!
Not almonds.
And then I said, and then almond.
Yeah. But so that how first of all, Gary, Indiana, what a town that is.
What a scary place.
Scary place for sure. And it's not even like paranormal scary. It's just scary because like it's very it's not really a safe city, not a safe town to be in.
Crime rate's high.
Crime rate is very high. I don't know what it is now. That was also I don't know what it's like now, but back 10 years ago it was pretty bad. Zinger might know, but you're looking over there.
He doesn't
know. Anyway, so what the hell was I talking about? The house itself was basically kind of like abandoned. A lot of squatters, I guess, were living there.
Yeah.
Even though it was private property. So I don't know how that all worked. Like I don't know if the landlord, the owner of the original owner of the older owner of the house, just kind of
Well,
like
and
was
then
like whatever.
when you think of people like squatters, like if it's an abandoned, people would break in. You always hear like stories of like, oh, teenagers are going to do rituals or play with this or that
Right, but it was
on the
like adult
property.
squatters, like homeless people.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, well, adults can do ritualistic things.
I understand, but here's why I'm saying this. Understand. No, so I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that there were people that, and I'm only doing this because this is what he had documented in his film. He had talked to some of the people who were squatting there, and they even said that they weren't experiencing any paranormal activity there. Apparently he slipped somebody some money. He's like, I could tell you some serious shit, man. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, well, your wife here was telling me that she didn't experience anything. He goes, that's her story. Here's mine. You're offering me peanuts, man. These big film guys are offering me big money for my side. I'm like, okay. I can't take you seriously with that face. Anyway, yeah, so it's kind of up in the air. It's like Amityville that we were talking about, where it's just like, could it be paranormal, could it not be? He did spend the night there. Well, he did some investigating throughout the time, like a few weeks. So he would stay in a hotel. Apparently he got some paranormal researcher. He came in, and apparently this paranormal researcher who's a doctor, got severe organ failure. Like he was in the hospital for organ failure. Like all of his organs were shutting down. I can't find a single thing on this man, by the way. I even looked.
Of the doctor?
Yeah, I looked up his name. I can't find it.
Like I said in the beginning, Zach might be just a fantastic storyteller.
I don't know because the guy who is supposed to be this doctor and paranormal researcher helped with whatever case the movie The Entity was based off of, which is like, it's an older movie. So I don't know, but he had one of his film crew guys in the house, and he slipped away, went into the basement, and then he's in this hotel, and then he's like flipping out, yelling, you got to watch it, Taylor. You really do. It's probably not, in my opinion, it's not a good documentary. It's well put together. Don't get me wrong. It's a good documentary in the sense of how it's put together. It's just the content where you're just like, is it though? Yeah. But he started getting like, he felt like he was being touched by this demon, and it's in this hotel, and like it followed him and shit like that. He flipped out so bad he actually got fired from Zach's film crew. And well, if you look him up on IMDb, he's also an actor in a few other films, like horror indie films and stuff like that. So I don't know, like that's all up in the air right now. He's also like a cinematographer for some other indie films and stuff like that. So like that made sense up until I saw actor, and I went, there it is. Guy's an actor putting on a performance.
I'm guessing the demon house and all that wasn't where Zach's allegedly had like his eyesight messed up.
That is the spot.
Oh, is it?
It is the spot where allegedly he got diplopia, I think it's what it is. And it causes severe double vision. So he has the prism glasses to correct it. Yeah. And that's why he wears those all the time now.
So, yeah, that's the demon house. He has the stairs and some pieces of.
He has the stairs, some of the dirt and the ritualistic items in his museum. He has done a few investigations with medium Chris Fleming. I believe Zach still owns the lot. of the house.
Yeah,
I believe
because
he
it was
still owns.
demoed.
Yeah, he demolished the house. There's a scene in, I shouldn't say a scene. There's a part in his documentary film that it's right before his eyesight gets to be really bad. He starts experiencing really bad headaches and stuff with his eyes. He is, so what he did is he put furniture in this house. Like he put chairs, a TV set, like a box TV set, like a TV stand, stuff like that. And he's got this in his house and he's spending the night in here because he wants to get answers. And I'm like, all right, cool. He's doing his paranormal investigation thing. All right. Take it with what you will. It's when he goes into the bedroom and he has a mattress in there and he's laying on sitting on this mattress. And then he hears like a growl and he freaks. Taylor, when I tell you he freaks out, he freaks out.
I watched it years ago. I kind of want to watch it again.
I just watched it the other day at the time of recording. And he freaks out and then his camera, you see it go out of focus and a black shadow goes by. But here's the thing, the camera's out of focus.
But spirits mess with electronics.
But he's using the Sony cameras that we use. So those cameras are on autofocus. So if it goes out of focus, it's not uncommon. But the problem with me is he caught this black shadow figure out of focus.
So do you think it was all, or at least that was fabricated?
It's where I start to get lenient on like, or I get not lenient, I get very skeptical. And that's my problem with it. It's just that like there's some paranormal evidence that he captures. And again, I'm going to go back to the argument. I'm not there. I can't say. But it's stuff very easily can be faked.
You know what? This whole episode is about Zach and our skepticism with it.
Well, it's skepticism with items that he has, not him entirely.
I'm skeptic with him.
You're skeptic with him?
Yes.
I believe there is some paranormal evidence that he catches that is genuine. I also believe that he's making a TV show and he has to sensationalize for ratings. Yeah. He's doing entertainment. I'm not here to shit on him right now. I'm going to be upfront and honest. I'm not going to shit on him. It's just there are parts in that documentary about the demon house specifically where I'm like, that's really easy to do post. You know?
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
So I'll get to it, but there's at least one item on this list that really makes me a skeptic of Zach. I think in the beginning, him and like the whole team and all that stuff, they were very genuine. As they got bigger, like obviously they're like, we got to step this up.
It's around season 10.
You think that's when they start to
There's
really
one
fall
person
off?
that left after season 10.
Oh yeah, you were telling me that before.
And I feel like that's when it got a bit too sensational. It got more for the entertainment than it was for the documentation.
So are you ready for the next item?
Yes, next item, please. Sorry, that was my tangent.
So the next item is Dr. Death's van, which is Dr. Jack Kevorkian's. It is his actual death van where he carried out at least 130 assisted suicides. This all happened also in Michigan, by the way. I just wanted to add that. I was trying to look into seeing if he like traveled around and assisted. No, it was all in Michigan. Crazy. The van has been a hotspot of paranormal activity, particularly for females who have fainted and who have seen a dark shadow figure near it. Before in Zach's possession, the only indicated of potential paranormal activity involving the van happened when a Long Island-based medium and reality TV personality Teresa Caputo
Budo.
passed near the van during a visit and said she felt something by the van. I can't for the life of me find any experiences people supposedly had when confronting the van besides two, because I can include the woman going by the van in the Deadly Possessions episode. But the other one that I found was the person described being engulfed with the feeling of peace and serenity. Probably because the people who entered this van was looking for that feeling of release, and Dr. Kevorkian did just that for them. He helped them stop having pain or dealing with their misery.
Right.
But on the Deadly Possessions episode, this girl just like walked up to the van. Like Zach's like, "Oh, there's something going on. I heard a noise. Why don't you go over there?" And like she goes and sits in the van, and like the EMF like fluctuates a little bit, and there's like a moan. But like it just seemed very calm. It did not seem like a big thing like they are trying to suggest.
And here's the thing, though. I don't know if this was in your notes. We skimmed it a little bit earlier. The lawyer for Jack Kevorkian has one of the rims or one of the hubcaps.
Someone has the steering wheel.
What was that?
Someone has the steering wheel.
Someone has a steering wheel, but I think this lawyer has the hubcap of the van, and he believed that the van was crushed until Zach
and then
found him.
they used photos to confirm.
Yeah,
of different angles.
I think that's
dents.
interesting.
The next thing I have on my list, we've kind of discussed it before, in the past when we did an investigation. It is Ed Gein's cursed cauldron.
Right, the good old Washoe County Historical.
So we all know the story of our friend Edward, and I have my opinions of the man. I don't think he was evil, and I've stated that before. I think he was mentally challenged and raised in such a sad manner. I don't think he was mentally capable of like to comprehend what he was doing. Like he couldn't, like he knew what he was doing, but I don't think he could comprehend that it wasn't okay.
Right.
He also just didn't know that it would traumatize all the people that live in Plainfield. Like, I don't think he took that in. There's been many, many, many accounts of Ed being a sweet guy, a little weird, but sweet. He often laughed to himself and read a lot. And he only murdered 2 people, possibly 3. And I'm not like saying that, like making it all lighthearted, like, oh, only 2 people.
No, but it's information that needs to be, corrected because people call him a
serial killer, which a serial killer is 3 and more. The 2 people that has been actually confirmed is Bernice Warden and Mary Hogan. But it is rumored that he may have done something to his older brother, Henry, because of a fire that broke out on their property or their farmland, and his brother went missing and stuff like that. He mostly did grave robbing, though. He admitted to robbing at least 9 graves. It is believed when it was disturbed in preparation for the auction, the energy of this cauldron had reawakened and was dark, and there's mysterious illness and disruption of nearby electronics and other phenomena that would pop up when the cauldron was mentioned. In the presence of the cauldron, feelings of unease, dizziness, and anxiety is described. The biggest question I have about this cauldron, though, is it was found in Ed's home. It obviously had things inside of it, like body parts or maybe his tools, whatever. But the dead bodies don't bleed. they are prepped. The blood is drained out. They're filled with embalming fluid and all that stuff. So what do they claim is like they claim there's blood at the bottom of this cauldron. Is it really blood? Is it some random fluid? Is it just, I don't know, rust?
Well, if he put the two people he did kill in there.
The only thing I could think about like that he could have like gotten blood in there is like maybe putting it under Bernice, because he kind of had her strung up like a deer in a shed. So like, but the cauldron was found in the home, not out in the shed by Bernice's body.
Right. So let me ask you, you told me when we were kind of skimming this over, this is an item that you're very skeptical on.
Yeah, it's getting down to the like this is, I think, the start of my like true skepticism.
What's your reasoning for the skepticism
on the cauldron?
Yeah.
Well, they like to say that Ed dabbled in like occult and ritual stuff, and he would sacrifice. Like they would try to make him sound like a crazy, like,
yeah, they do.
Evil person.
They are adding more sensationalism to it, and it's not. No,
he was a mentally challenged.
He was ill.
Yeah, I don't think like they say this is like the cauldron of the devil. Like they obviously it's to make it entertaining. So I find it just unbelievable because of all of the random things they're adding on to this cauldron.
Yeah, well, even so, Taylor, think about it this way. When people are getting sick near an item, what do we think that typically is?
I mean,
no, I'm asking, I'm genuinely asking you, what do we typically think that is?
it's a cursed item.
Okay, but what's the other reasoning that you and I have come to when we want to be skeptical?
Oh, your mind?
It's your mind playing tricks on you.
Yeah.
Because you hear all this stuff and then your mind is processing it and you're like, oh, I shouldn't do this because now I'm going to get all super sick because I'm near this one item. I mean, Taylor, remember, we
held his knife.
We held his knife.
And we were told that this and this and this would happen. And we felt
nothing.
Like I felt calm holding it.
I felt uneasy when I first took it out, but that was because I was scared of breaking a knife that is in this museum.
True.
In this undisclosed location of the museum. But I'm just like, it was scary because it's like, oh, this is Ed Gein's knife. But we were also told that like people were like zoning out and all this other stuff with it whenever they held it. And we were like, we didn't get any evidence off of that.
And I think it's because we went in knowing that, like, feeling that we felt bad for Ed. Not like feeling bad. Like, I think we went in with a nice mindset of Ed.
I think we got more evidence talking to that cell, the guy who shared the cell with him, or that other cellmate, the other one. I think we had more evidence with that than we did Ed Gein himself. So,
man, if I could just sit down and make sure, like, definitely know I'm talking to Ed Gein, I'd just tell him I'm sorry what your mom did. Like,
you did.
Oh, I did a lot. I know. I did that a lot.
You did that on video.
I wanted him, like, if he was there floating around, I wanted him to, like,
I know. I understand. I get it. I was just saying, you know, like, do you think it's your level of skepticism is hitting because you're near an item that you get told is cursed and all that other stuff, and it's just your mind? That's what I was getting at.
I mean, that's part of the skepticism, but also, like, we live in the state where Ed Gein is. We have heard the story
that far
so
away
many.
from it.
Yeah, and we've heard the story so many times. We've both done a lot of research on it because we both are just very infatuated with.
I got a print that I still need to hang up somewhere in here of his thumbprint when he got taken into custody of that police report. I've got a book that contains the entire trial transcript.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm infatuated with the story of Ed Gein. It's just I want to know I want to know the history of like these hauntings and stuff. So that's why I get it.
I guess I used the wrong word to describe it.
And it's still an interesting, true crime story to dive into.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not dissing people who are into true crime and, listen to that 24/7. I listen to ghost stuff almost 24/7 now. So unless I'm trying to sleep, then I'll listen to comedy so I can go to sleep.
So I have 2 items left, and
Let's go!
Really battle for like the biggest like hoax or skeptic.
We'll
like,
save the biggest one you feel for last.
It's so hard. They both tie. It's insane how much of a rabbit hole this is.
All right. What is it?
Well, we'll go with the Dybbuk box.
Oh, that is.
Known as the most haunted object in the world, the Dybbuk box has been claimed to have been responsible for multiple deaths. It is an antique wine cabinet claimed to be haunted by a Dybbuk, a concept from Judaism. Judaism. A Dybbuk is a disembodied spirit possessing a living body that belongs to another soul. Nowhere in the folkloric literature is there precedent for a Dybbuk to inhabit a box or any other inanimate object. The box gained popularity when it was auctioned off on eBay by owner Kevin Mannis, who created a story featuring Jewish Holocaust survivors and paranormal claims as part of his eBay item description. Mannis's story was the inspiration for the 2012 horror film The Possession. In 2021, Mannis told Input magazine that the Dybbuk box story was entirely fictional. And I know you know that. However,
I'm laughing at the fact that I think I called him Kyle Manning in a previous episode. It's Kevin Mannis. You were right. You right.
It gets even deeper and just
I'm aware.
Drama.
Yeah.
A Facebook post from Mannis dated October 24th, 2015, he said, "I am the original creator of the story of the Dybbuk box, which appeared as one of my eBay posts back in 2003. The idea that Dybbuk boxes have some kind of history prior to my story, and the idea that a Dybbuk box could contain anything other than a Dybbuk, along with any deviation to the type of contents I created to be found inside of a Dybbuk box is laughable at best. How about this? If you or anyone else can find any reference to a Dybbuk box anywhere in history prior to my eBay post, I'll pay you $100,000 and tattoo your name on my forehead." He intended the box to become an interactive horror story in real time. He made the carvings on the box, had a friend donate some of their hair to put inside of it. He created the stone inside and bought the cabinet at a yard sale. He is a writer, and there has been some drama between him and Jason Haxton, who has bought the box on eBay. The drama is because the box has become very popular and inspired the movie The Possession, while in Haxton's possession. So Haxton thinks Mannis coming out saying everything was fake and he made it up was just because he is jealous of the money and fame Haxton has received. Mannis says while shooting Ghost Adventures Deadly Possessions, he wasn't given clear instructions as what to expect. So after getting mic'd up, Mannis said he was told to go take a look at the Dybbuk box, and they had it, I believe, downstairs in the basement.
In his basement, yep.
He's like, I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And frankly, I thought maybe that they got some kind of technical issue. It'd been probably 20 to 25 minutes. And I'm saying, hey guys, what are we doing? Are we shooting or what? Mannis had to be back in Portland in a couple of days to do a spoken word performance featuring some children's poems he wrote. One of those poems is called the Shadow Man. So he decided to run his lines in a British accent. And he says, I forgot that I was wired for sound. It was, of course, included in the episode. After it aired, Manis says he received emails from people telling him about their own Shadow Man
Oh,
experience.
Taylor, be careful. There's a ghost cat behind you with all your haunted items.
The Shadow Man has taken on its own life, kind of like the Dybbuk box.
Yep.
For Zak to just set that up to make it seem like he is being affected by the box, talking about a Shadow Man in a different voice.
Yeah.
I was blown away by that.
Yeah.
And
I actually didn't know that last part. I didn't know that he was doing a performance thing.
But you did know about
I didn't know that the
possible
story
jealousy.
I've brought that up to you a couple times.
I don't remember the jealousy thing that you.
It was the movie deal because he didn't get money or something.
Yeah, he didn't get the credit as much as Haxton did.
Yeah. Which I think is weird because like I wonder if he made the second. I wonder if he made the one that Zak has, or if that's, I don't remember that episode.
If
no, the guy came in. The other guy came in. Kyle Manis, the original. Yeah, I remember
Kevin.
now.
Yeah, they both were there.
Yeah,
they both got interviewed.
Yeah, what a trash. What's some trash? I hate that.
So the last thing I have on here, which I am just such a, I don't believe it whatsoever, is the Bela Lugosi haunted cursed mirror. And like,
what is that?
There's so much inconsistent like storytelling. This isn't how it actually happened in history. Like it.
Inconsistencies, you say?
So supposedly Lugosi was obsessed with the occult, particularly the practice of scrying. And people don't know, scrying is the practice of looking into a suitable medium, such as a crystal ball or a mirror, in the hope of detecting messages from spirits or visions of the past or future. Scrying.
For beginners.
It is claimed that Lugosi used the mirror for scrying and that he did this after his wife died trying to contact her. This occult practice may have opened a portal to the other side. However, the guides would talk about, when you would go through and do a tour, the guides would talk about how they had to call 911 after guests have gazed into the mirror and how they had personally witnessed people getting physically sick. You aren't told the name of his wife when you visit the museum, but if you look into it, Lugosi has been married 5 times. He was married to, I am going to butcher names. I will just say the first names. He was married to a woman named Ilona in 1917, but they divorced in 1920. In 1921, he married another Leona.
Good luck.
But they divorced in 1924. 1929, he married Beatrice, and they divorced just 4 months later. In 93, he married a 19-year-old girl named Lillian and divorced in 1953. He had 1 child with Lillian, Bela G. Lugosi Jr. But that relationship lasted 20 years. And finally, in 1955, he married Hope, and they remained together until Lugosi's death in 1956. So they were only together for like a year. Hope passed away 41 years later in 1997 at the age of 77. So curiously, none of Lugosi's wives died while married to him, and therefore he was not a widower and was not trying to contact a recently deceased spouse. So this makes me wonder if this claim was incorrect. What about the claim Lugosi was highly into scrying in the occult? According to a website run by his son and granddaughter, there are no references of him being involved in any occult practices. People like to bring it up because of a character he played in a movie, but that's the only connection there is, and that's a character. You got to learn to take the character away from the actor. Like, you can't keep them.
It depends on if you're doing method acting, I guess, but
I doubt he was doing method acting.
I don't know. I mean, he was probably the best Dracula out there. He was probably sucking some blood.
So
He wasn't.
the,
But
the, the story goes, a man named Frank Salitri. Oh my God. Frank Salitri. Salitri. We'll say Salitri.
sure.
Who was a criminal lawyer and a part-time producer, director, writer, and actor, had rented Lugosi's home, and the mirror behind the curtain hung in Frank's bedroom. Frank died a horrific death in that bedroom, a likely mob hit. He had screwdrivers to the back of the elbows, to the knees, to the back of the head, and he was shot, and the screwdrivers dug out those bullets. The only witness to the event was the mirror. And if Bella left any kind of portal open, all the energy from the murderer looking into this mirror and also the energy from the horrific death would be trapped. But looking into it, Frank was murdered in his home on Primrose Avenue in LA back in 1982. He was bound up with a single gunshot to the back of the head. Out of the total of 27 properties that Lugosi owns, he has never owned the Primrose house. And most likely the reason this is called Lugosi's haunted mirror instead of Salitri's haunted mirror is just so Zak can capitalize on a famous name. It is absolutely it absolutely could be Lugosi's mirror. However, his son has no recollection of the mirror or his father talking about the mirror. Like his son and granddaughter are like, they are very open to answering people's emails and talking about how like he's never had this property. He's never been there. But if you have any kind of proof that he was, we will take it in and look into it and share it like as a fact.
Right.
And they know about Zak calling this mirror this and that and this. And they're like, we can't really do anything about it. Like it's just they're like, oh, it's all fake. But if Zak wants to make a little bit of money off of it, they're not going to fight it. They have better things to do.
That's funny.
That is like I can't even say I'm skeptic. It's not real.
That's funny.
He like twists the story just a little bit. So if people don't really want to dig deep like I did, they'll just assume it's real.
Wow, I didn't know that. So good on ya.
And like if we went back to the Dybbuk box, like I know Post Malone supposedly felt like he was cursed because he was touching Zak, who was touching the box. Like I remember reading about that.
Tricks.
Yeah. So I think, well, like maybe the box could have something. Maybe the mirror could have something because people are bringing it into like
that kind of energy.
Life. Yeah.
Maybe.
But
I don't know.
My God.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
That one blows my mind. However, I would still gladly go visit his haunted museum.
For sure. You kind of have to.
Like, he has other stuff that's like not haunted, probably just weird. Like Eileen Wuornos's underwear, I believe he has.
What?
Yes, he has that. He also has an Oddfellow skeleton, which is super cool.
That is cool.
And if people don't know, like the Oddfellows, they would keep a full human skeleton and they would kind of have you look at it to like keep in mind, like we all die. We like it's okay. And it's just kind of part of their beliefs.
Everything's just interesting. I like oddity shops. I want to go to his gift shop.
Yeah. He also has, like we've talked about it before, like a painting by the same guy who made The Hands That Resist.
Yep.
And
the sequel, right?
Yeah, he has the sequel. And like he has a copy of The Crying Boy. Not the original.
I'm assuming it's the copy.
Yeah, it is a copy. It is not the original. He also has like, there's an item that I didn't really look into because I didn't care. It was like he has like the axle or whatever from from a vehicle, like little bastard or evil bastard vehicle. I don't know, some celebrity. And they got this car and they got into an accident, and everyone who's owned pieces of that car or they repurposed the car would get into accidents and die.
Oh, James Dean?
And like, yeah, that. I think so.
Really?
I didn't care enough to look into it.
I'm looking at it right now. Sure shit. He sure does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you look at that? Neat. I just had to Google it quick.
I don't know if I really like.
First thing that says Zak Bagans owns. I'm like, all right.
There was rumors that Zak was now in possession of Annabelle, but that is not true.
Gosh, no, he would never. They would never sell that to him. He tried to. I think he tried to buy items from the Lorraine and Ed Warren Museum, or try to buy the museum.
Probably the museum.
Because it closed.
The Devil's Rocking Chair. I'm pretty sure that's the item. He spent $88,000.
He's got money, man.
But
spend
then
that bag, make that bag.
Jack Kevorkian's van, he only spent $32,000, I think.
Hey man, I can't knock the dude. He makes bag.
And I believe
he's allowed to spend it however he wishes.
I believe he even spent more money on the cauldron than he did on the van.
Dude makes bank. He's allowed to spend it as he wishes.
And I don't know if he bought the Dybbuk box or if it was gifted to him or whatever, but
I don't know.
I do know that there has been like little rumors or little sayings that he pumps like smells into his museum, so people kind of get like thinking like, oh, I have a weird smell, like a rotten smell coming and going. Or he'll have bursts of air come out like AC, which I get it. It's kind of like a tourist trap situation, but it makes me so sad because like people want to go in there and feel like it's the new, like updated, like this generation of like the Warrens museum.
I don't know if that's true, but yeah, that sucks if it is.
Yeah. Can't really say if it is or not.
Road trip.
I honestly would go to Vegas for his museum.
There's a lot of haunted places in Vegas too, so
you can not invest. Well, yeah, you could kind of investigate. You could rent it to investigate, but it's only for like an hour or two or something, and they provide the equipment. They provide a flashlight and an EMF, which I'm pretty sure there's ways to like really manipulate it and get it
manipulate
to like,
a K2.
Yeah.
Easily. That's why I don't typically use those in videos anymore. I don't want people saying we manipulate them.
I mean, if you're spreading out the equipment.
Oh no, I understand. I get it. I typically don't use them on my guided investigations anymore, and I don't typically use them in videos anymore because I don't want somebody coming at me saying that we were falsifying something so minuscule like that, and I don't want. When I hand them out to people, they just kind of like stand in one spot anyway, so it's like it's useless. So. That's why I don't use them anymore. But yeah,
woo,
that was cool.
Right. Yep. That I was just super freaking excited to just talk about it.
Yeah, no, good job with the
really
research.
Good subject.
Good job with the research. When I messaged you about this, I was like, oh God, don't get us sued. And you're like, it's not that bad. I'm like, all right, I trust you.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't. That's why I'm saying good job.
I stated it was my opinions.
That's why I said good job.
Allegedly. I really want you to just edit like Boob, 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 allegedly.
Nah, it's too much work.
I will show you what I mean. I will make an edit myself.
I know what you mean. I can do it. I just don't wanna.
But it'd be good.
Podcasts are meant to be easy for me.
Okay. All right. So thank you everyone for watching, listening, whatever. I hope you enjoyed the subject because I sure did. Take it away, Blaine.
If you wouldn't mind, please leave us a review on your podcast catcher of choice. If you leave a 5-star review for liking our content, it helps us get out to more people and more listeners, and that is going to be greatly appreciated from us. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned because we got a lot of investigation videos coming out your way for 2025, and the first quarter of 2025 is going to be really jam-packed full of stuff. So I hope you guys are really excited for it as I am. If you have a story and you want to be on the show and you want to be interviewed by us, the people who are really good at researching stuff, you'll see. You
the
can
people that are
us.
really good at saying names as well.
That too. Make sure you tell us your name. You can email us at ghostinus@gmail.com. You can send us your story via there, or you can email us saying that you would like to be on the show, and we will have you on here. More than happy to have you on here. If you would follow us on social media, we are at Ghosts and Us everywhere. And yeah, that is about it. So thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and we will see you in the next one.